how old Georgie and Mandy are in Young Sheldon and their spin-off, Age Gap Explained. Young Sheldon has become one of the most beloved sitcoms on television, providing fans with a deeper understanding of Sheldon Cooper's early years and the quirky dynamics of his family. The show, which is a prequel to The Big Bang Theory, has introduced numerous characters, some of whom have generated quite a bit of curiosity regarding their ages and the potential future they hold in the larger Big Bang universe. Among these characters, Georgie and Mandy stand out, particularly when considering their roles in the show's spin-off, The Big Bang Theory prequel's continuation. The age gap between Georgie and Mandy is one of the central aspects of the storylines involving them both, particularly when trying to reconcile their ages in Young Sheldon versus their appearance in the spin-off series, The Big Bang Theory. Understanding their age difference and how it factors into the story requires an exploration of timelines, events in both series, and the passage of time in Sheldon's world. Georgie in Young Sheldon and his age in the spin-off. Georgie Cooper, Sheldon's older brother, is first introduced in Young Sheldon as a typical teenage boy trying to navigate the ups and downs of adolescence. He is portrayed by actor Montana Jordan and appears to be around 14 to 15 years old when the show begins in the first season. Born in 2000, according to some timelines in The Big Bang Theory, Georgie is the firstborn child of Mary and George Cooper. Despite his teenage years, Georgie is often depicted as more socially skilled than Sheldon, though his character development includes a fair amount of awkwardness as he balances his relationships with friends, family, and his growing interest in girls. Throughout Young Sheldon, Georgie's character faces a number of challenges, including awkward interactions with his family, the struggle for independence, and occasional moments of rebellion. However, his development also includes moments of growth and maturity, showing that he's not just that dumb older brother, but someone capable of understanding and eventually confronting life's more difficult moments. In the timeline of Young Sheldon, Georgie's birth year, 2000, would place him as 22 years old in the year 2022, when the final season of Young Sheldon is set. His evolution as a character is essential to understanding his motivations as he faces real-world challenges, including the pursuit of relationships and finding a career path that satisfies him. As Young Sheldon progresses, Georgie becomes a central part of Sheldon's life and the broader family dynamic. His relationship with his mother, Mary, becomes one of the more significant subplots, with Georgie serving as a more relatable figure compared to Sheldon, particularly in moments of emotional struggle. He also begins a relationship with a character named Mandy, setting the stage for larger developments in his life. Mandy in Young Sheldon and her age in the spin-off. Mandy, a character who appears later in Young Sheldon's timeline, is portrayed as Georgie's girlfriend. Mandy's age is an interesting factor when considering the timeline and her eventual role in the spin-off series. While Mandy's age is never explicitly stated in Young Sheldon, there are several clues in the show that suggest she is a little older than Georgie. In one episode, Mandy's level of maturity compared to Georgie's emotional immaturity is highlighted, suggesting that she is likely in her early 20s when they begin their relationship. Mandy's introduction into the show adds complexity to Georgie's life. She's independent, has a strong personality, and isn't afraid to call Georgie out when needed, making her a foil to his often more carefree, juvenile character. The couple's romance grows and eventually, they face the unexpected challenge of dealing with a surprise pregnancy, a major plot point that significantly alters both of their lives. While Young Sheldon doesn't give a definitive age for Mandy, it's safe to assume she is in her early 20s when she meets Georgie. This places her in a position where she is a few years older than Georgie, further fueling the narrative of her being more experienced and mature compared to him. In the spin-off series, the age gap becomes a central theme as Georgie and Mandy's relationship progresses. This gap is apparent not only in their differing life experiences, but also in their contrasting approaches to their growing family and the responsibilities they face. Mandy, who is depicted as a more practical and grounded person, must navigate Georgie's somewhat naive approach to fatherhood and adulthood. The age gap explain Georgie and Mandy's relationship. The age gap between Georgie and Mandy is a key aspect of their relationship and adds an interesting layer to the dynamics of the characters. At the time of their initial meeting, Georgie is still a teenager, while Mandy is an adult navigating her own career and life path. The two characters' differing stages of life create tension, yet also provide an opportunity for growth. The way they come together and the challenges they face in their relationship mirrors the struggles many young couples face when they are at different stages of maturity and personal development. In young Sheldon, the first hints of their relationship come when Georgie gets Mandy pregnant. Despite his lack of preparedness for such a major responsibility, Georgie is determined to make things work with Mandy. The contrast in their ages only serves to emphasize how unprepared Georgie is for the challenges of adulthood and parenting. Mandy, on the other hand, has a clear-headed approach, knowing that raising a child and building a life with Georgie will take hard work and serious commitment. The age difference between Georgie and Mandy isn't just about numbers. It's also about the emotional maturity and life experience that each character brings to the table. In some ways, Georgie's immaturity highlights the challenges of teenage parenthood, while Mandy's maturity represents the often overlooked strength that comes with experience and the reality of having to grow up quickly. Georgie and Mandy in the spin-off. The age gap becomes even more pronounced in the spin-off series. By the time the events of the spin-off take place, Georgie is no longer a teenager. He's a young adult facing the consequences of his earlier mistakes, including his unplanned fatherhood. Mandy, now an established adult, plays a significant role in his life, helping him navigate fatherhood and providing a stabilizing influence. This relationship is one of the more unique dynamics in the larger Big Bang universe, as Georgie and Mandy are both young and facing the challenges of parenthood, yet their differing ages and life experiences allow for unique moments of humor, conflict, and emotional growth. The contrast between their maturity levels continues to be a central theme, giving the show an emotional depth and realism that resonates with many viewers. Conclusion. The age gap between Georgie and Mandy is a central element of their relationship in both young Sheldon and its spin-off series. Their differing life stages, Georgie being a young man still figuring out life, and Mandy being a more mature woman, create moments of humor, tension, and growth. The spin-off allows audiences to witness how the two characters' dynamic evolves over time, offering a glimpse into the complications and rewards of an age gap relationship, particularly one involving the complexities of parenthood. As Georgie matures and the couple faces life's challenges together, their age difference continues to shape their relationship, providing viewers with a compelling and heartfelt narrative.